Halloween Resurrection. It's a D. It's not very good. Not very good at all. Their characters are very one note. They're all like a character, and they stick to it. You know, there's the art guy and the D-bag guy and the good girl and the smarter than everyone girl. You know what I mean? So everybody's kind of one note. Busta Rhymes is the best actor in the movie, if that says anything. I love Busta Rhymes, so I'm giving him a pass. Oh man, you gotta love Trick or Treat, mother effers. It's like a meme before there was a meme. But Rick Rosenthal came back and directed. He directed 2, so it was competently shot. I like the idea of that live feed reality TV. Reality TV became big back then. Was big back then, so of course it would be part of that Halloween. But good concept. I think it's jarring to go from the film stock to the POV video. It kind of needed to be either one or the other. It would be kind of interesting if they could figure out a way to have a found footage Halloween movie or a slasher. But yeah, it's a D, but it has a little spark of it's so ridiculous. It's not, you know how they say there's movies that are so bad they're good. It's like, well, it's not so bad it's good. It's so bad it's bad, but you kind of watch it as a comedy, and it becomes a far more enjoyable movie. It's not trying to be a comedy, but it is. Bad. I mean, there's so many bads that you can't even begin. But Busta Rhymes bossing around Michael Myers. I do like how he implicitly is like, go. She's out in the like instructing. Is like, okay, I'll go kill her first. That's the only thing I could think of. It kind of harkens back to Michael stopping for cigarettes in 5. It's like, what? He's gonna kill her. Why is he stopping for cigarettes? So yeah, bad. It's bad. D. Yeah, it's worth watching once, maybe twice. Can't really think of anything too. It does share that 5. It shares a lot with 5 in its mistakes. Michael Myers being bossed around is ridiculous, and killing off an interesting character pretty early on. Spoiler alert, Jamie Lee Curtis dies in the first 15 minutes. And it pulls the old switcheroo that it was a paramedic, yada, yada, yada. If you've seen these movies, you know. Yeah, it's not good. Is it better or worse than 5? I would rather watch this than 5. I don't know why. 5 is so long, and there's so many problems with it. I didn't even talk about the dopey cops with the clown shoes music. How, that's when I should have stopped the movie in 5. This one has silliness, but not such an egregious what the F is this type of thing. But yeah, so I would say, ooh man, it's not the worst one. I will say that 5 is worse than Resurrection. I can say that confidently. Going over now that I'm finished with the original ones before reboot and reboot. The Halloween one is still an S. It's still the best. It's the best slasher ever. It just does everything well. It doesn't have any fluff. It is purely what it is the essence of what a horror should be, or a horror movie or a slasher should be. 2's a B plus. Solid movie. You can tell no one wanted to be there, but they kind of trudged through it anyway. It's really dark. It's dark in not in tone, but in literal darkness. Dean Cundey did an amazing job of filming it, but it is like everything in that hospital is dark. It's ridiculous. 3's amazing. It's its own thing. It's an A. It's a science fiction pod person movie. 4 is it's bad, but not terrible comparatively speaking to 5, 6, those type of movies. 5 I think is the worst one. It was just rushed, terribly rushed. You can just tell. Clown shoes, come on now. It's just terrible. So many problems with it. That one scene where they had a different mask. My goodness, I could probably rant for 15 minutes on why Halloween 5 is bad. 6, it's bad. It's very 90s. It's not the worst one, but that's not saying much because there is Halloween 5 and Resurrection. H2O, it's enjoyable. It's a solid C+. Resurrection, of course, being terrible. So yeah, I would say if you were to tell me you could only watch one horror series between Halloween and Friday the 13th, I'd probably take Friday the 13th because I think there's more better movies in that than Halloween. Yeah, woof, there's some bad ones in this, like just terribly bad. And what makes them worse is that they started with perfection, so that's the problem. You're not at a level of, well, these are good for what they are. It's like, no, they had the best slasher ever to start with. They could have just not made any more, and that would have been probably better. Stop making them. But hey, money talks. But will I watch? I will probably just go back to watching the ones I watch. Halloween 1. Halloween 3. I put Halloween 2 back in the mix of I'll watch every year. David Gordon Green's, once they're finished, I'll watch them regularly. I don't know about every year for all of them, but the first one's definitely good. 2018 is definitely good, and I'll watch those here in the next few days. I'm not sure. I don't really want to watch the Rob Zombie ones just because they're so... I feel that they're going to be dated to the mid-2000s, and Rob Zombie, man, I love White Zombie. I love that early stuff, and even early Rob Zombie music. But his movies, as I get older, I just don't like that much. So it's going to be hard for me to get through Halloween's 1 and 2 in his universe, but I might give it a shot for completion's sake. But, man, I'm more excited to watch Halloween 2018 Kills before the new one comes out. So, tell me what you think. Should I watch Halloween's 1 and 2 by Rob Zombie? Apparently I need to watch the director's cut of 2. I've never seen it. I think I have it. My brother, that's how bad the movie is. My brother gave me the DVD copy. He's like, "Do you want this?" I was like, I'll take it. So yeah, not looking forward to the Rob Zombie ones. I don't know why. As I get older, I just don't like his movies anymore. Devil's Rejects is probably his best movie, and I need to rewatch that one because it's about 10 years since I watched that one. But I recently tried to get through some of his, and I just couldn't. I got through a House of a Thousand Corpses, and it wants to be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It has really good actors, really fun, awesome B-movie horror actors from the 70s. I do dig that. He's kind of like the trashier version of Quentin Tarantino, and they both like 70s exploitive movies, but Tarantino definitely can write and direct a little bit better. But anywho, that's getting off topic. But thank you for watching these reviews. If you sat through 30 minutes of a guy in a beard talking about horror movies, you've never seen that before. But yeah, I can't wait to start the David Gordon Green ones. I might watch those first, and then the Rob Zombie ones. But then again, it would make more sense to watch the David Gordon Green ones closer to Halloween ends. So I don't know. We'll see. Thank you all for watching. You're all awesome. Thank you.